Carpe diem, my name is Ultranatic. If any of you were to guess what my favorite TV show is, you might assume a cartoon. And to be fair, I love cartoons. Like Steven Universe, Milo Murphy's Law, Ben 10 and Teen Titans. The originals. But as much as I love those shows, my favorite TV show is not only live action, but it's... How many of you saw that coming? Yes, Survivor, a reality show, is my favorite TV show of all time. That definitely adds credibility to an animation critic. It's like reviewing opera and your favorite movie being Camp Rock. But yeah, no guilt, I love this show. But since a majority of you probably wouldn't care to hear my thoughts on that, I figured I'd touch upon an animated reality show. And you know the one I'm talking about. The one, the only... no. Can't even acknowledge that show. I was talking about Total Drama. This Canadian animated comedy reality series began in 2007 and aired in the US 1 year later. I watched my first season of Survivor in 2011, so I was watching Total Drama before watching my favorite show. That's how much influence it's had on me. Does it still hold up? Well, that's what I'm here to find out. I'm going to go through every episode of Total Drama Island individually and see where it works, doesn't work, and if it stands on its own as a good cartoon. So let's begin this series of Total Drama reviews with the two-part series premiere, The Not So Happy Campers. We open with host Chris McLean giving the basis for how the show works.
22 campers have signed up to spend 8 weeks right here at this crummy old summer camp. Every 3 days, one team will either win a reward or watch one of their team members walk down the dock of shame. Take a ride on the loser boat.
Where was that picture hanging from? Well, we'll have to assume cartoon logic on that one, as we get a dramatic zoom out to our opening theme, which of course foreshadows several relationships in the show, both good and bad.
Everything to prove, nothing in my way. I'll get there one day. 'Cause I wanna be famous.
That being said, had this show been live action, how would they have gotten half of these camera angles? The cinematography from Kingsman wasn't this tight.
All right, it's time to meet our first 11 campers.
No, it's time to meet all 22 campers since there's no break in between meeting any of them. Yeah, something you'll notice in this show is that the writing has trouble following basic continuity. And since this is a continuous plot line, that's really distracting to the audience. I'd like to give it a little leeway since it is the very first season, but I'm also a comedian, so I'll exploit every flaw possible. So we're introduced to our first few campers. Excitable wannabe Beth.
It's so incredulous to meet you.
Brickhouse with Heart DJ.
Looked a lot different on the application form.
And Moody Goth Gwen.
I did not sign up for this.
Actually, you did.
How the heck did she do that? That was an encyclopedia-sized contract. The Rock couldn't have ripped that up.
I am not staying here.
Cool. I hope you can swim, though, because your ride just left.
Jerk.
It's not like I could board one of the 18 other boats that were coming back. Looks like I'm stuck. Party dude Jeff then comes in.
What's up, man? It's an honor to meet you, man.
Followed by ditzy blonde Lindsay.
Not too shabby.
Wow, good thing this show came out a decade ago. Otherwise, Chris would have his name stitched into his prison uniform. Next is mean girl Heather. And delinquent Duncan, who hits on Heather.
Meet you by the campfire, gorgeous.
Drop dead, you skis.
Good thing that potentially dynamic romance never goes anywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tyler!
Dead. Or not. Yeah, I find it hilarious that this show with a disclaimer at the beginning of it has a stuntman lawsuit like that for an entrance. In fact, let's include a casualty counter in these reviews. My leg! This counter will include any moment in the series where someone should have either died or been hospitalized and wasn't. Seriously, this entire franchise might be the only place with a higher death count than Disneyland. Next, we have obvious Napoleon Dynamite reference Harold.
That is so much more favorable to my skills.
And Jonas' brother Trent.
Saw you on that figure skating show. Nice work.
Seriously, tell me he was supposed to have an actual identity outside of that. Well, I guess he was, since he and Gwen have an attraction to each other. Because that automatically gives somebody a character. Just pair him with someone else. It's like pairing Sword Art Online's Kirito with Asuna. Totally gives him a personality. The next camper introduced is the only person blender than Trent, surfer girl Bridget.
This ain't Malibu, honey.
I thought we were going to be on a beach.
We are! Alright! That makes... Ow! Darn it! That hurt!
Oh yeah, that would have made 11. And then they just... stop? Yeah, remember that line I mentioned at the beginning?
It's time to meet our first 11 campers.
That would have worked fine had they just finished their sentence here. But instead, what crucial character development do we get?
Hey, guys.
Hey, I'm Jeff.
What's up?
Dang, watch the board, man.
Hi, I'm Beth. Hey.
Clearly this show has its priorities in place. Next is Know-It-All Noah.
Is this where we're staying?
No, it's your mother's house, and we're throwing a party.
Cute. Nice piercings, original. Do them yourself?
Yeah, you want one?
No thanks. Can I have my lip back, please? Thanks.
Can we get more of that, please? That was hilarious! Smart Alec Noah versus sarcastic thug Duncan. More spats like that would have been hilarious. However, we continue on with Diva Lashana.
Feel free to quit now and save yourselves the trouble, cause I came to win.
Best friends Katie and Sadie.
Sadie, look! It's a summer camp.
Yay!
And homeschooled Ezekiel, whom Chris gives a nickel's worth of free advice to.
Okay, look, dude. I know you don't get out much. Been homeschooled your whole life, raised by freaky prairie people. Just don't say much and try not to get kicked off too early. Okay?
Yes, sir.
He's the first boot. Spoiler alert, I didn't spoil anything, they did. That was amazing. I don't think I could see a more blatant target on Ezekiel if there was a literal target on Ezekiel. They don't even hide that he's going home first.
Just don't say much and try not to get kicked off too early.
That's just... wow.
Even Gwen is astounded at how forward that was.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure this guy shouldn't have come on wearing a red shirt? Next is Dork Cody,
See, the ladies have already arrived.
She-Hulk Eva,
Ow! What's in there? Dumbbells?
Yes.
and the easily excitable, oh so obvious winner, Owen.
This is awesome! Woohoo!
Oh my god, I forgot how annoying this guy is.
Awesome to be here, man. Yeah! Man, this is just so...
Awesome.
Yes! Awesome! Woo! Are you gonna be on my team?
Oh, I sure hope so.
Woo!
Yeah, get used to this overcaffeinated bundle of energy because he's like this for a while. Next, we get polite Courtney
It's really nice to meet you all.
and silent pretty boy Justin, whose only dialogue throughout the whole season is here.
Thanks, Chris. This is great.
Just so you know, we picked you based entirely on your looks.
I can deal with that.
And here.
I like your pants.
Thanks, man.
Did you buy them like that?
No. Just had them for a while.
And I guess Adam Reed's paycheck was fulfilled. And finally, we have Oddball Izzy.
Hi, Chris. Hi. Hi.
Chris then takes a promo picture on the dock, which causes it to collapse. Nah, they'd survive that, as he instructs the players to meet by the campfire pit, where he splits them into two heavily unbalanced teams. The Screaming Gophers,
Gwen, Trent, Heather, Cody, Lindsay, Beth, Katie, Owen, Lashana, Justin, Noah,
and the Killer Bass.
Jeff, Bridget, DJ, Tyler, Sadie, Izzy, Courtney, Ezekiel, Duncan, Eva, Harold.
Well, the unfair advantage of two best friends is extinguished with them being on different teams. On the other hand...
But Katie's a gopher. I have to be a gopher. This is so unfair. I miss you, Katie. Oh, I miss you too.
Ah, Jesus, are they gonna act like this throughout the entire show? Son of a business district! Afterwards, the campers settle into their cabins with mixed results, including Cody talking to Gwen since he's attracted to her as well, and then her tossing him out of the cabin. I don't remember Gwen being this strong when I first saw this show. Now I think they were making her a match for Eva.
Where are the outlets? I have to plug in my straightening iron.
There are some in the communal bathrooms.
Communal bathrooms? But I'm not Catholic.
Not communion, communal.
Yeah, I should probably address that when the show came to America, Cartoon Network made several edits to the show as a means of censorship. My thoughts? Look up 4Kids. Just as stupid. Jeff also questions if anyone's going to be looking over them.
Is there a chaperone of any kind in this facility? Other than myself, you'll be unsupervised.
Yeah, totally unsupervised. Except for the dozens of cameras around the camp. So if you want to have sex with another camper, you're allowed, but you might get some disapproving looks from your families. They then meet in the cafeteria to be served by Drill Sergeant Chef Hatchet. With a name like that, I bet his favorite cooking utensil is an oven mitt.
Grab your tray, get your food, and sit your butts down now!
Every time he's screaming, I'm gonna tell myself, teddy bear, teddy bear, teddy bear.
We see the teams at their tables, with Katie and Sadie both sitting with the Ron team. Did you think we wouldn't notice that? As Chris announces their next challenge will be in 1 hour.
It's our first challenge. How hard can it be?
I'd insert Bubsy's catchphrase here, but instead I'll just show you how hard he jinxed himself.
Oh,
That is hilarious. Oh my god. The censors! They affected me too! So after that hilarious ending, we start part 2 right where we left off.
Your first task is to jump off this 1,000-foot high cliff into the lake.
Piece of cake.
Okay, let's just add 22 to that counter then.
You make that jump from this height, that water turns into cement. Hits you like a ton of bricks, break every damn bone in your body.
The wider area represents the part of the lake with psychotic, man-eating sharks. Inside that area is a safe zone, which we're pretty sure is shark-free.
I sure hope that safe zone is surrounded by a fence or something. Otherwise, the sharks could just swim through it. As if it matters, you'd be dead before any of those Jaws clones tasted blood.
There will be a crate of supplies waiting below. Inside each crate are supplies that you'll need for the second part of the challenge, building a hot tub.
I love how there's a correlation between taking the jump and making the hot tub. Those two things go hand in hand like mustard and jelly. This is a problem common enough throughout the series where I thought it deserved its own name. It's called The Rules Are God. Yes, sir, this folder will display every time in the show where the challenges have rules so contrived that you know they're only there to serve the plot. It works because...
Killer Bass, you're up first.
Hey, I heard that these shows always make the interns do the stunt first to make sure it's survivable.
Oh look, a cutaway gag. Something reality shows usually have?
I made it, man. Something just brushed by my foot.
So Chef somehow survives both the jump and being eaten by sharks. And with that in mind, I should probably scale that number down from the counter. As most of the killer bass take the jump, with the exception of DJ due to his fear of heights.
I'm alive.
And Courtney, because...
I have a medical condition. A condition that prevents me from jumping off cliffs.
it's this weird little thing the rest of these teens here don't have. It's called common sense.
I'm alive.
Both are forced to wear chicken hats and take an escalator down the hill. How'd you get that installed? Who cares? The killer bass are nearly completed. However...
That's 8 jumpers and 2 chickens. We're missing 1.
I guess I'll introduce another problem with this show. If rules are God, then arithmetic is the devil. I honestly think the show itself believes that. I know it's a weirdly specific thing to comment on, but this show has multiple math errors in it, most of which are impossible to overlook, at least from my perspective. I mean, this is supposed to be grown adult writers not knowing the difference between 1 and 2. Why on earth would they count Katie and Sadie as one person? Actually, it's more accurate than I gave it credit for. Now I feel stupid. Moving on. So Katie and Sadie...
We have to be on the same team, Chris. Please! Please! Can we?
I'll rant about them when the time comes, as Izzy voluntarily switches places with Katie. I agree any sane person would want as much distance between them and these two malfunctioning dog chew toys as possible. Are you sure Izzy's supposed to be the crazy one? It's thirsty. Anyway, After the victims, I mean jumpers, have been counted, Chris offers the Gophers a cart to pull their crates on should more of them jump. You know this would make sense if there was an established time limit for that part of the challenge, but there isn't.
I'm sorry. There's no way I'm doing this.
Why not?
Hello, national TV. I'll get my hair wet.
Oh my god, I love this part. Heather joining a reality TV show and not wanting to get her hair wet is the equivalent of wanting to travel to Mars without a spacesuit. And naturally, her decision is met with a little criticism.
You're kidding, right? Oh, you're doing it. Says who? Says me. I'm not losing this challenge because you got your hair did. Back off, ghetto glamour, too tight pants wearing rap star wannabe.
Episode 2, and we already have the Amazon rivalry of the ages. Maybe I'm overhyping it. I'm sure these two can work it out.
You're jumping. Make me.
Jesus Christ!
Lashana, you are so dead.
That was amazing. Lashana got the best of Heather by just doing what she asked.
You're jumping. Make me.
I've never seen a better reason for unconditional hate.
Next on TMZ!
In animation. The rest of the Screaming Gophers, with the exception of Beth,
I'm alive.
jump off the cliff and all but Justin land inside the safe zone.
Damn, that is a man right there.
Finally, all that's left is Owen, who, in typical reality competition fashion, is over-dramatized in whether he'll jump or not.
There's no way he's gonna make it.
If he jumps this, he's gonna die.
I'm going to die now. I'm going to frickin' die now.
That's the spirit.
Yeah!
I'd take cover if I were you.
Yes! Oh, yeah! Who's the man?
That was awesome, dude. What's wrong?
I think I lost my bathing suit.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Owen is the resident farting engine around here. So they include other fat and gross jokes into his repertoire as well.
I think I lost my bathing suit. Sick!
It's good to know that these guys are very creative with their humor, and don't just pull to the lowest common denominator like Happy Madison or anything. Anyways, we cut to the second part of the challenge, where the killer bats have about as much luck as...
I think my eye is swelling up.
well, lucky. Well, everything goes right for the Gophers. The only bit of tension among the group is, shockingly, between Lashana and Heather, who makes an obviously false truce with Lashana, straight up quoting a Godfather line.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
And even paying homage to Mean Girls.
I love your earrings. They're so pretty. Those are the ugliest earrings I have seen in my life.
Oh my god, I love your skirt. Where did you get it? That is the ugliest effing skirt I've ever seen.
Anyways, the Screaming Gophers end up winning, big surprise, while the Killer Bats have an open forum about who should go home.
We have to figure out who we're gonna vote off.
Well, I think it should be Princess, or the Brick House here.
What? Why?
I love how Courtney is shocked to hear her name called out, when she specifically told people to figure out who to go home.
Hello? Hello? Anybody home?
So who would you pick? What about him?
On a selfish note, is no one going to suggest Katie and Sadie? I mean, if you're looking for excuses to vote people off, they're an obvious pairing.
I have to live with Sadie, or I'll die. And I'll break out in hives.
They completely held you up.
I've got to take a whiz.
Oh, I have to go too. You do? Oh my gosh, me too.
And did nothing useful throughout the day.
Oops.
Tell me someone who did something more contemptible.
Well, I just don't get why we lost, eh? They're the ones that have 6 girls.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, guys are much stronger and better at sports than girls are.
I'm still waiting for an answer. Oh, that's why he goes home first. Gotta be honest, I've heard worse. Okay, hold it. Are you telling me that what Ezekiel said is the most sexist thing you've ever heard? That's what I thought. While yes, what Ezekiel said was sexist and should be corrected, I think people are forgetting to take into account the guy's upbringing. Not to stereotype homeschool people or anything, but remember how Chris put it?
Been homeschooled your whole life? Raised by freaky prairie people?
Now, I'm betting Ezekiel's views on women came completely from himself, with no outside influence whatsoever. In fact, I doubt he got influence from his parents even.
My dad told me to look out for the girls here, eh? And help them in case they can't keep up.
You alright? I learned it by watching you.
Not to mention, if this was Ezekiel's personal opinion, the things he said can be heard out of an 8-year-old's mouth.
Still think we need your help keeping up?
At least he doesn't think that guys are smarter than girls.
But they are.
Are we really going to be taking boys are better than girls arguments if it sounds like they came from little kids? The only things 8-year-olds have going for them here is that they have better math skills than the writers! Okay, that was a cheap shot, but I stand by that. So at the campfire ceremony, instead of reading votes or anything, Chris just passes out marshmallows in no particular order to people who are safe. That doesn't make things any less confusing. And of course, the last two people are Courtney and Ezekiel. Again, obvious dynamic duo, Katie and Sadie. Right there. Nothing? Okay.
This is the final marshmallow of the evening.
I love how dramatic they make this reveal when we all freaking know who's going home.
Courtney. Dock of shame is that way, bro.
So yep, Ezekiel goes home. Oh no, that came completely out of nowhere. And the episode ends. So that was the first episode of Total Drama Island, The Not So Happy Campers. Rocky start. I won't call it bad, but it's got a lot of obvious and fixable problems with editing and writing. There's a lot of missed opportunities with some of the characters and a few annoying things going on throughout the plot. But to its credit, it does play with some of its assets. Sometimes when watching this show reminds me a lot of The Loud House. Another show I thought would be nothing but stereotypical characters, who happen to be a lot more interesting than I thought they'd be. So a rocky start, but I'm sure things will improve with time. I'll see you all next time for the third episode of Total Drama Island, The Big Sleep. That is hilarious. Oh my god. The censors! They affected me too! That is ketchup hilarious. Oh my god. The censors! They affected me too!